All right, everybody, welcome back. This is Tech Talk episode number 83. Can the CIA spy on you? Recorded on March 9th, 2017. Well, I got a friend of mine who's freaking out over the latest news of the CIA spying on Americans and doing some muck-ruck here. She's worried that people are actually watching her undress in her own home and from her own TV, or she's actually thinking seriously about throwing away her TV. So before she does that, and before a lot of my friends do some things they're probably going to regret regarding their electronic devices, I thought I might publish this special episode regarding this issue. Anyway, before we go, a little recap here. I just published the last episode number 82, just a couple of days ago. I was on how to avoid losing everything on your computer. So if you've never backed up your computer, and you don't realize you can lose everything in an instant. This happens a lot, and quite often I get called out in these situations, and it's not pretty, and it's not cheap either. So there is an easy way and expensive way to back up all your computer data, where you don't even need me to do this. Okay, so check out episode 81 for more information on that, and we can you be rest assured you'll be able to save yourself, save your data, and save a lot of time and headaches. So anyway, before we get going further here, let's talk about some announcements. Thanks for listening and watching. This episode is particular here is because you folks contacted me and had a question. I'm here to answer it. So very much appreciate it. And that's why I keep on producing these episodes to help you folks out there. So if you're listening on iTunes or an Android podcast directory, make sure you rate my show. Submit a review. I really appreciate that. It helps my show grow, helps my audience grow. If you're watching on YouTube, please be sure to subscribe on my channel. Leave some comments, some questions, some kudos over there too. And if you need to find me somehow, some way, either on various different ways of finding me here, but the easiest way is to look at primeconcepts.net, my prime website, primeconcepts.net. And you'll find links to the podcast show. Also, lots of great information, including some free tutorials on business and internet-related topics. And my favorite tutorial is on free and almost free ways to advertise your business online. Either way, pass the word, share this episode, tell others about the podcast show and the YouTube channel. Greatly appreciate it. Also, a little legal disclaimer: products mentioned in this and other episodes of Tech Talk with Dan Harley could be paid as affiliate commissions, promotional commissions, or the liking by the product or service provider. In other words, I just might try to sell you something. So anyway, thanks for listening and watching. Now let's get on to the meat and potatoes of what's been going on here. Can the CIA spy on you? Let me tell you a little bit of a story that happened about a couple months ago. This guy is pissed off and called me out of the blue. Apparently he lost his job. And he pitched me out, cussed at me, and all kinds of stuff. Pretty upset. I would be too if I lost my job. And between yelling and screaming, I found out I'm going to use a technical term, he got doxxed. Basically what happened there is somebody took all his online collaboration stuff, and the stuff he did online, and submitted to his boss, or whoever he was working for, and they fired him. Apparently he was, I think he was a teacher. I'm not sure, because he spent more time yelling and screaming at me. I really didn't know who this guy was, and for the life of me, I probably couldn't. I still don't know who he was. So anyway, apparently he was trolling me after I posted my episode on the Clintons. I did a couple episodes on Hillary Clinton and the DNC, and their servers getting hacked. And I proved out for a technical aspect that those emails that are coming from those servers and all this is actually them. So he didn't like what I had to say, and he made a lot of threats. I didn't know who he was. I get lots of threats all the time. Ironically, here, for those of you who are even remotely interested in my political views, I'm a libertarian. I'm kind of the best way to describe it, I'm kind of in the middle between, let's say, the neoconservatives and the liberals. I could agree with one person one way or the other here. However, it seems like the liberals tend to, not all of them, but many of them tend to be very, very emotional. And whenever I say anything remotely negative about anybody liberal, especially Bill Clinton, sorry, this alarm here. With my few episodes regarding Hillary Clinton, got some pretty nasty people coming after me. So I get called a liar, a bigot, a racist, a gay hater, woman beater, all that stuff. Now I've learned to raise above that and not take it too seriously. And in fact, I pretty much ignore all the threats here, and I don't even realize this guy's one of those people who is trolling me. And therefore, he thought I have the ability to perhaps do what had happened to him, and he thought I doxed him. So I would tell him that, frankly, I certainly didn't do it. He didn't want to believe me, and he kept on yelling me and so on and so forth. And I said, you know what? This is the proof of it. If I did do it, you would not be talking to me right now, because you would not know it was me. The first rule in hacking is you cover your tracks. And the easiest way to do it is make it look like it's somebody else. And so whoever has hacked you, they're still out there and still probably pissed off at you. So you can do all you want. You can accuse me all you want. But frankly, the fact is fact. I didn't do it. No, he told me basically to fuck off. And before he hung up. And now, how this story relates to the CIA spying on you will come a little bit later. Will come a little bit later here. So, what has happened? What's going on with the CIA thing, and why has this become kind of the headline news past few days here? Well, WikiLeaks had released what's called the Vault 7 documents, thousands of documentation, basically framing how CIA had been hacking on their tools have been using for hacking, how they've been hacking, who they've been hacking. They've revealed a lot of stuff. So naturally, got a lot of people freaked out, and and people are thinking that, well, the CIA is watching us all the time, and we're no longer private in our own homes. Well, that's partially true. So anyway, the question is, can the CIA spy on us without knowing? Well, frankly, yes. Okay, the technology has been there for a very long time. And what's ironic here is, and let's add something else here too. CIA, when it comes to the technology and covert technology and spying, all this stuff, they're the top dog. They have billions of dollars at their disposal. They get to buy, build, or steal whatever they want, technology they want. They have a very large, a very skilled, with very well-paid staff to buy, build, or steal whatever they need. So. And they got departments specifically skilled that are skilled specifically to hack certain things, such as iPhones or Androids. So yes, they can do it if they want to. And now also, here's something interesting here too. The relatively new technology that's out there, we've actually, many of us in the private sector has actually given permission to private businesses to spy on you, namely Samsung. Their smart TVs can listen while they appear to be off, and they will broadcast, transmit data, whatever they hear or see, back to Samsung. And you gave them permission. If you bought a Samsung TV or a smartphone, whatever, you've actually given that company permission to spy on you. So the CIA doesn't even have to do that. A private company is doing it now, which is sucks. So really, it comes down to, we really don't. Our privacy is if you question it before, you surely should question it now. It's going to be very difficult to keep private at all. Okay, so anyway, so what seems to be going on? What is CIA using to, let's say, hack in our lives? Well, it really comes down to anything right now. The current technology is anything voice control, voice activated, can potentially use as a bug, for lack of better terms. Smart TV, smartphones, Amazon Echo is probably a good one to look at. In fact, I just seen a video on that where Amazon Echo could be very well be a spying device. You sit right smack in the middle of people's houses there. So that's crazy. You know, we're actually inviting this. It's not like somebody sneaks in your house and plants a bug somewhere on your drapes somewhere you can't see it. It's literally in plain sight. So, also, in regard to smartphones, there's many, according to WikiLeaks, the Vault 7 data, there's a lot of chat and communication apps that are thought to be secured, but not as secure as they're thought to be. WhatsApp, Signal, Telegram, Weibo, Confide, and Cloakman are these apps. They're thought to be very secure. Where if everybody has this permission, you talk to it. The other side has talked to it. Nobody listened to it. But unfortunately, CIA has utilized some security holes to, frankly, record voice, text messages, and images off these what supposedly secured apps, and they do this without anybody knowing about it. So, so this is crazy stuff. And so yes, if you have there is some valid concerns about about the CIA. Spying on us, their potential, the capability of spying on us. Now, there's also a distinct difference. If you notice, I'm kind of like nonchalant about this. There is a difference between the capability of spying on you and actually spying on you. Okay. In fact, the good question is probably, is the CIA spying on all of us? And right now, with the technology that's revealed in the WikiLeaks Vault 7, the technology they're using through there is can't really use to do mass spying. They had to pick a target. Okay, for instance, they can't just open up everybody's TV set and spy on everybody. They had to specify which person they're going to target. So that in mind, and also let me go back to something else here too. There is part of WikiLeaks 7 issue was the CIA has been able to hide their tracks, basically blaming the Russians or somebody else on who hacked them, which brings back to what gentlemen are talking about. And really, there's some common hacking fundamentals. First rule of hacking is, frankly, you cover your tracks, and it's really easy to do, even if you're a novice. People use VPN servers, so on and so forth, or other ways to skip and jump and all that stuff, make you look like you're somebody else, make you look and cover your tracks. Very easy to do, and which is what happened to me with this troll. Okay, whoever had doxed this person had made it look like it was me, and so I got kudos to whoever that is out there. But unfortunately, you see, that's the other problem here. They covered tracks so well, I got no idea who it is, and this is why the liberals think the Russians hacked Clinton and the DNC. So the hacker used equipment that was in Russia to hide their tracks, and even though there's no proof the Russians did it, but they were easy to blame them for doing the hack because it looked like it was them. So, and the CIA easily has this technology and a lot more available to them at their fingertips. So now, like I say, what they're doing now through what's going on with these WikiLeaks leaks through Vault 7 here is, they're using your smartphones, the smart TVs and whatnot, anything that can look and listen. It could be a potential bug, and we all have them. I have my smartphone right in front of me. I don't have a smart enough TV, but there's also plenty of places where there's potential bug, and technology is there to utilize it to spy on us. Now, should we worry about? Well, one other thing here too, before we go into the summary here, spying. I want to mention here too, as with this gentleman who had got doxxed by and chewing out. The real issue really is not really whether the CIA can spy on you. It's actually or through your TV or through your iPhone, whatever. It's a fact we divulge too much information online. People losing their jobs over just one tweet. Really, I mean, you see this all the time in the news. And frankly, that's what happened to this troll. He pissed somebody off out there, and they turned around and essentially downloaded his entire life online and handed it over to his boss, his employer on with the bowed ribbon, and that's the end of this gentleman's career, and who knows how long he spent to getting that point. So really, as I mentioned to you, I'm more concerned about the information that's already out there that's not dug up through the 007 James Bond type of spying, but what's actually already out there. So in summary, should you worry about the CIA spying you through your smart TV, your smartphone, etc.? Well, no, unless you are an enemy of the state. If you are a terrorist or a hijacker or a cell or whatever, it would not be an issue. If you are at home undressing in front of your TV, so long as you're not a terrorist or the liking, or with ISIS or Hamas or whatever, you're probably not going to have to worry about people, the CIA, looking at you undressed in front of your TV. Now, also, should you throw your smart TV, smartphones, or etc. to prevent CIA from spying on you? Well, unless you want to waste hundreds or even thousands of dollars of perfectly good technology, probably not a good idea. So anyway, I'm thinking this is probably a good prudent for a follow-up to talk about means to. In fact, I might produce an episode on how to find out if you're being spied and how to prevent you being spied upon. Now, this is going to be very technical, so in my pretense with the tech talk here, I try to be non-technical. But if there's enough response and support on this for me to do an episode like that, by all means, I'll put something together. So let me know, but contact me and post me, so on and so forth, on YouTube or the website, or go through primecons.net, so on and so forth. Let me know if there's interest, then I'll put something together. Otherwise, I just gotta leave it be. Okay, so anyway, I think that's it. So, like I said, don't throw away your TV set. Don't worry about spying on you unless you actually have a real issue that they should be spying on you. And that should be it. So anyway, that's it for this episode. Folks, thanks for listening and watching. And until next time, good luck and Godspeed to your online success.